You're good.
Okay. Notice is hereby given that this
Wait.
is a
What time?
6:57, call to order.
Okay.
Notice is hereby given that this is a meeting of the City of Sandy Oaks Animal Control Advisory Committee being held today, Monday, December 9th, 2019 at 6:30 p.m. at Sandy Oaks City Hall, located at 4451 Hickory Haven, Sandy Oaks, Texas, 78112, for the purpose of considering the following agenda items. All agenda items are subject to action. And it is 6:58. Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have citizens to be heard, however, there's no citizens here. Okay, item 4. Update on animals currently being fostered at Oak Hills or elsewhere.
There's only one
There's only one?
No, ma'am, thank you.
cat. She's being fostered with Jackie.
What was the story on the 2
Thank you.
dogs?
That are at Oak Hills?
Yeah. Puppies,
They weren't necessarily puppies
dogs.
or dogs.
They're there now?
I think so.
I remember seeing a post about two dogs.
And Lynette is fostering a dog.
Who
And
is?
Lynette has one.
Lynette, the black dog.
Oh, she's fostering one?
Okay. Anybody know of any others?
I don't know about the other two. There's the one cat that Miss Cox, Jackie Cox, has.
Right, we have that one.
I was going to look on the website and see.
So the dealer, there's no Wi-Fi.
Oh, there he is. Hold on.
I remember seeing a post about 2 dogs today.
Oh, today.
And that's
Yeah.
the 2 that went to Oak Hills.
Oh, just
Okay.
today, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know of any others.
So the kitten, Draco, is the only one that's on here. So I don't, even the one Lynette has, it's not on here. Need to make sure Chris takes care of that.
Is Draco the one that Jackie has?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll send Chris a message right now to make sure he updates. To reflect where they're at.
So if that's it, we can move on to 5. Does Lynette have a permanent home for that dog yet?
Still.
Is she still looking?
Medical.
Or, oh, medical. Okay. Okay, so 5 was an update on the status of the city animal shelter. And I'll let Mickey
I
touch
saw your
base
name on
that
there. I
one.
figured you were going to run with that one.
No, all I know is the city shelter is there.
The structure's there.
The septic has been
The septic's
finished.
installed.
We're waiting for the
Engineer.
permit, the engineer.
The engineer is putting together the design
Right.
for the water and electric.
Right.
And then I should hopefully have something this week or next week on that. So,
And we have to have bids on that, right?
yes. The problem is we're not going to have another meeting until January
Right.
for the council to consider the bids. Well, not to consider the bids, but to authorize them to sign the task order to move forward. I can check with
Lou.
Lou on whether we need to do that, if it needs to go before council. Because ultimately it's the bid that we accept or deny.
Right.
But we're already
And I thought didn't the council already discuss
approved the design, the task order.
the bids?
No, not the bids.
No.
No.
The opening of the bids. We didn't discuss that.
I think we did approve the task. I think Lou's already signed off on the task order
Right.
for the design work. Once they finish the design work, then they would put it out
Right.
for bid. So right now what we're doing, we're waiting on the bids close on the low water crossing.
Right.
We're doing a bid opening on the 17th of this month to go over those. So I think it's a 30-day window from the time the bids are published until we get the bids back. So
Right.
then from there, once the bids are presented and the council approves whichever one, then that contractor goes in and gets the work done. And it shouldn't be a difficult job. Once they get started, it should not take long.
The
So
council has to approve the bid
we have to
first,
approve
so
the
it's
bid. We
still
have to
going to be
select the bid.
the end of January, February at
Yeah,
least.
I would
Probably
say.
February.
And if we need to, we can always call a special meeting, depending on where it falls. But I would anticipate, I'll follow up with Jared as well and find out where they're at with the design work on that. Because they came down a couple weeks ago to
Right.
make sure that they saw where everything was and that they were designing it correctly.
Right. Did anybody have any other questions or discussion on that?
Is there an issue with putting dogs in there? The weather, it's not that it's really cold right now, and it's an enclosed facility. Even though there's not water and electric in the facility, there is water on the property. No, there's not. We turned it off.
The challenge is the water in the facility has to be inspected by the veterinarian. And to me, when I read the state code on that, it's like a gray area as to whether you can use it before all that happens or not.
Well, and we
But I think if you're talking holding for a day or two and somebody's taking care of the animal,
Exactly, that's what I'm thinking.
I don't know that there would be.
And we have since the agenda's been published, I guess I can talk about it. We have somebody that's donating a trailer to the city and also a water tote. So now we would have mobile water if we needed it. That's going to be on Thursday's agenda. So assuming that they accept that, which I can't anticipate why they wouldn't, then that would be a way to go in to be able to clean out, hose out. I mean, the septic's in, it's working.
Right.
It doesn't need electricity. It is what it is. So we might be able to, as long as the weather is cooperating and it's not too cold, but we still need some other things for the kennel. We need the cots, because we talked about that. They got to be up off the ground. We need to make sure that we have, I know when we went to Kirby, one thing that they talked about was they secure the water pails to the gate so they don't knock them over. Just things like that. I mean,
Yeah.
really, we could start going down there looking and seeing.
The cots is the big issue, and we don't have that on here.
No,
That's really shelter business.
it is
but-
shelter business, yeah. We have, a lot of people have been donating a lot of stuff. We have bedding, we have food, we have been getting some food. We have bowls and leashes and toys. And
Collars.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they've been very generous with that.
So it's getting there slowly. All right. And the ordinance to form the animal shelter board should be on the first agenda in January. That's the plan anyways.
Okay, so ordinance.
And then the council will have to discuss it. We have to have a formal board, though,
Yeah, we
with
do.
specific people on it.
Yeah.
Okay. 6, discuss and/or possible action on scheduling scheduling potential events for the first quarter of 2020 and inventory of needed supplies. That includes Penny Paws, Healthy Pet Mobile, microchipping, etc. What ideas do you all have? I know we kind of dispensed with it because of the cold, well, we were expecting cold weather because it's December and the holidays, but I don't know. What has Penny Paws said? Are they planning on coming in?
They're gonna be here the second weekend of December, which should be this weekend.
Really?
Oh, jeez.
Wait. Let me see.
Second or third? 'Cause
Friday or Saturday or Sunday?
It'll be a Saturday.
Okay. So, along those lines, we now have the park reservation form, the pavilion reservation form. So when you get things like that scheduled, you need to go in there and fill out that form to make sure that we hold that space.
Well, Penny Paws
They stay
prefers
over
to
there,
use
the
Dollar
shops.
General or the shops.
It's going to have to be the shops.
Oh, that's right. It's
Yeah,
gotta be
no,
the
they're not going to
shops.
Dollar General. They're going to go to the shops.
Okay.
And
Good.
I will, when we're done with this meeting, I'll explain why. Just remind me.
Okay. What about, now, I need to get back in touch with Dr. Bowman anyway, so I'll ask about the Healthy Pet Mobile for, I know they had talked about March or April timeframe, so I'll get with her on that. That'll be here in the park. What about the microchipping clinic?
Let's talk about microchipping real quick.
Yeah,
We need somebody that can do that. Because it doesn't just have to be a clinic. Somebody should be able to contact animal control and say, and make an appointment and say, I'd like to get my animals microchipped.
That's what I was thinking too, because there's been a lot of people that lose their dogs and they're like, oh, well, we should chip them. And I did send them private messages saying that, hey, we're going to have $10, the microchipping events, and
right.
I'll let you know. And they're like, okay, well, that's good.
So I know Chris did do some at one of the events. I don't know how comfortable he is with doing that. Or if we have anybody else that y'all know of that would be comfortable doing that, functioning in that capacity.
maybe we could ask the community if there's a volunteer that would be, unless one of you are interested.
I can't do it.
I can't do it. I'm
don't like-
allergic to animals.
I don't like needles, so.
I don't mind the needles. It's just handling that many animals, so that wouldn't be smart. But we can ask the community.
Okay.
Okay, so I sent Chris a message.
But did we want to set that up only in conjunction with Penny Paws, or do we want to set another one up here in the park?
So is Penny Paws the only one that we're going to be using?
Well, Healthy Pets Mobile, Dr. Bowman and that group will come down. I know they mentioned March or April.
Okay,
I don't know. I get the impression they'll come either every other month or quarterly.
okay.
But
But
I'll
they
ask
want to
her.
be,
But they'll be down here
they'll
in
be
the
here
park.
at the park.
Pavilion.
So when you talk to them, let them know about the reservation form.
Mm-hmm.
That way, they don't have to come to us and say, is this good? They can
Right.
look on the calendar, and if
And-
it's good, reserve it.
Right.
And it says on there's a $50 refundable fee. Don't tell them, don't worry about that.
Waive it for
Yeah.
the pet events.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
And Penny Paws, I told them about, if they didn't want to come November, December, because they said no, they're still going to show up. They expect not to get a lot of people.
I think they had a really good turnout at the last one.
No, she said they did good.
Yeah.
She
They
said
were there
did.
after 5 because
Yeah.
I was at Belen's.
We were there.
And when I left about 5:15. They were still out there with people.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, she said
And I
no,
like the
they're-
way they set up, where they set up closer to the building. And that works right now because he's got a couple of vacancies, so it wasn't hurting anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, perfectly fine doing that.
And she was also fine doing the microchipping there too.
Okay.
With us doing the microchipping
The
clinic?
$10.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I know they do microchipping, but theirs is like 40
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah, no, but she said it was fine. She said just let them know when you want to do it.
Okay.
Okay.
So maybe not this week if they're coming, but maybe for future events.
This
Maybe we
weekend?
can find
I
somewhere.
they
believe
coming
so
this
because she
weekend?
was saying.
Because we have the rummage sale here on Saturday.
Yeah, but she'll be at the.
Yeah.
They'll be at the shop.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting.
It's just there's so many things going on.
There are a few things
Saturday.
happening this
There's
weekend.
a lot going on.
Yeah, because I want to say she had said the second Saturday of every weekend.
Of every month, you mean?
Oh yeah, there you go.
There's 2 Saturdays a weekend?
I like that idea. Yeah, I thought they had said the 3rd. But
It's always changing.
it's so close to Christmas when you hit the 3rd.
Right. Yeah, and it's really hard in December to really commit to anything because people, their finances are tagged for something else.
Yeah, she said they had a good turnout, so if it's okay, we can still move forward with the second Saturday of the month.
Second Saturday
Second Saturday. Okay, that
Okay.
would be this Saturday.
of each month. Okay.
So,
Schedule it, make it so.
yeah. Okay, so we'll start sending out notes about that.
Okay. So we do need to talk about microchipping. And I guess if there was a way to do it where I didn't have to, jab them, I would probably do it, if it was an automated thing. I probably wouldn't be as opposed. But
Well,
so
if we can get another citizen volunteer,
Uh-huh.
Lynette's not willing to do it anymore, or is she just too overwhelmed?
She's
Last
still-
time I talked to her, she had too much going on.
She's still got her dad in the.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's too much. I forgot. I remember.
Well,
there
I've
was a
heard
reason.
people who have said that they want to help volunteer. Devin Larson, he wants to volunteer. Now,
I don't know them.
you know Valerie Sanders?
I think I recognize
who
the
he
name.
is. He wants to volunteer. There was another person. Oh, she wanted to volunteer, but then she moved, so that's not going to work.
Okay.
But why don't you reach out on Nextdoor and on the Sandy Oaks Humane Society pages and just see if there's any volunteers that
Right.
want to help out. That here's what we're looking for.
I
Yeah.
would just be careful because it's not something that, oh yeah, I think I can do it. And
No.
just-
We want
They'd have
somebody
to
who has
be-
experience.
Yeah.
They'd have to be experienced
Yes,
doing
we
it,
need somebody who has
because-
experience. Or
or be willing to go down and have
Yes,
maybe
to
Dr.
maybe go-
Bowman, maybe
Exactly.
Melissa or somebody would train. Or Michelle,
Or-
Melissa,
or-
Megan. Maybe
Yeah.
Megan would train somebody.
that would help. Or we could maybe send them down to San Antonio Humane Society.
Yeah.
But yeah, I not just because.
God.
Yeah, let me out.
That could
coming
be
out of the
trouble.
woodwork.
Yeah, that could go horribly wrong. Okay, so Penny Paws is at the shops on the 14th, and you'll make an announcement about that as well. Yes?
Yeah, let me tomorrow I'll
Oh, you want to confirm for sure?
I'll
Okay.
confirm it.
Okay. I want to get my cats microchipped because I'm going to put a greenhouse in, and remember I told y'all about doing a dog park out here, and how do you control the animals? Wouldn't it be awesome if it just read their microchip and that was the key? They make a pet door that does that. Does
Really?
exactly that. It reads off
Wow.
the microchip, and you can load up to 30 microchips in it. So I'm going to put on my greenhouse door, I'm going to put that little door for the cats. So in the wintertime, if
They can go inside.
Yeah, because sometimes they go out and it's nice and I can't get them back in. They end up spending the night outside. And I'm like, it's going to get cold tonight. But
Yeah.
but I thought the microchip in the little
That is
pet
cool.
door is kind of cool.
Yeah, that is.
All right. All right. And 7, discuss and/or possible action on interest in holding a community pet fest in the park in the spring of 2020. We had, or summer, either one. We had kind of talked about this one time, long time ago, doing a major community pet fest and have information available, have a couple of different either organizations or animals available that need adopting, you know, have a playpen full of animals that need adopting, or healthy pet or something. I don't know. Would this committee be interested in trying to pull something like that together, say 5 months, 6 months from now? So that would be like June, May or June.
You know, years ago we talked about something similar to that. We were going to leverage off the existing Bark in the Park. You know, have a costume type deal. Maybe we'll have the signs up, markers on the path, and you know, I mean, we could have a parade. I don't know. There's all kinds of things.
Different
a
ideas.
Mobile grooming would be good. Have them come out.
Yeah. Trim your pet's paws.
Yeah.
Well, I know some of the places already do that, but have some different people out here. Plus our regulars. I don't know. What do you guys think? Would this committee be interested in doing something like that?
I think it would be nice. I think we don't have enough people, enough committee to get something like that together.
We need more volunteers.
We need more volunteers.
I mean,
So we'll advertise for some volunteers, but meanwhile, maybe be thinking of some ideas and some good times or time frames to do it in.
I'm going to reach out to Devin and see if he would like to join the committee, since he said he wanted to volunteer.
That would be great. All right. So we'll table that one for now, and we can all think about it and bring it back up next time. Discuss and/or possible action on topics to be added to the next city's quarterly newsletter. What did we do? Parvo and the microchipping clinic, didn't we?
We did.
What? So it'll come out in March?
March is we need to get back on the quarterly schedule.
Right. So what kind of, we want to post something about upcoming events and volunteers needed. But do we want to have like an informative, short, brief topic for citizens?
Well,
Do we want to do the importance of microchipping your animal?
I think importance of microchipping your animal is good, but I also think TNR for the cats
TNR.
is another good one. But vaccinations, I mean, it's spay and vaccinate.
Those say spay and neuter would be a
Spay
good
Spay neuter would be a good one.
Yes, absolutely.
do.
Because with
That's breeding season right there.
you will never
You're right,
get
that's
this under
breeding
control.
season.
Yes.
So maybe TNR and spay and neuter.
Uh-huh.
And does somebody want to take on writing a little paragraph about it for the newsletter?
And it doesn't even have to be, an original write-up. It can just be go pilfer from somebody else. I'm okay with that.
It'll just be short.
Okay,
Yeah.
Do you want to?
that's fine.
Do you want to go for it, Michelle? Okay. Did anybody, before I go to number 9, did anybody have anything else on that?
Just need to.
Volunteers needed.
I hate reinventing the wheel when there's other people and organizations that have done this type of thing. So
Right.
we need to figure out who they are, what they do, what works, what doesn't work, what would we want to do and maybe not do. Maybe they do something that we said that really doesn't apply to us, or
Well, I know Lynette gave me the link to all the ASPCA videos, and I mean, it's this huge wealth of information. Some of it doesn't apply to us, but a lot of it does, because, some doesn't apply because we're not, like the one video was disasters. How do you handle a lot of animals during a disaster, like a wildfire or something like that? But, so that might not necessarily apply to us, but a lot of their stuff totally applies to us. Tons.
So
And
you've
it's
got-
ASPCA. I can send the link to everybody, but
Okay.
it's the ASPCA main site. It's under resources and education or something like that.
okay. So back up on this. You're going to do, what were you going to do on this, CJ?
What?
You said Lynette gave you some information?
I'll send, that's the ASPCA site. It's, and we can pull their information, that community bulletin that I had printed for National Night Out. You remember which one? Because you guys gave it out, didn't you? Or was it Laura that gave it out?
It was at the table.
It was at the table. There was a lot of different information on animals. Most of that stuff was pulled off of ASPCA
mean, we could
and just
do-
retweaked for Sandy Oaks.
Yeah, we probably couldn't do a TNR class at that event, but you could get people to sign up
Right.
to
Be
come to a class.
rescue, adoption, TNR,
Fostering.
volunteers, fosters.
For the
Tons.
newsletter, I mean, by the time the newsletter comes out, our unit should be up and working. However, remember, it's only an 8-unit. So, I mean, you could have multiples. You have a mama and some babies, or you could have a brother and a sister or whatever. But for the most part, they are separated.
Yeah.
We may need more fosters. I mean, that's always a challenge.
Fosters,
Needs more
rescues,
fosters.
adoptions, yeah.
And we really need a more formal foster program. I know we've talked about that one ad nauseum, but
We have the forms, but we haven't been
but I want the
formally
fosters to-
training and stuff. We haven't done any.
no, but I want
designed
the
a trainer
fosters to
program.
understand that when you foster, we're providing the food, we're providing the litter for the cats, we're providing the medical, we're doing those things. We just need you to
Care for the
care for
animals.
them and love them and keep an eye on them and make sure that they're, doing okay. Because sometimes I think people, when they hear foster, they think, oh, I can't afford to do that,
So maybe I can pull together a sheet about it, about
Yeah,
the foster
explaining it,
program,
breaking it
and bring
down.
it next month to the meeting. That we could have available at some of the different pet events for people, or city events, or whatever.
Were you looking for this pet fest in the park? Are you looking for just a variety of resources, or are you looking for something that's going to engage?
I was leaving it open to what everybody's ideas were.
Okay.
Because it would be great to have something that actually engages and draws
A costume contest, I
the
think, would be
city
so
down
cute.
here.
Don't you
Yeah.
think? Or maybe it's not the prettiest, maybe it's not the ugliest. Maybe it's, I don't know, most unique, or, something like that.
Have resources available and everything, but something that would draw the community in with their pets.
Okay.
And that's why I left it Pet
Devin said,
Fest.
sure, it will help the city. So when's our next meeting?
That's number 9,
Oh,
is
well, never
discuss
mind.
and or
Okay.
possible action on setting date, time, and place of next meeting.
I think our next one is nope. I don't think we're having any more this month, because let me go back to the website. Wrong phone, sorry.
Technically, it's just too much for holidays, so it
With
would
the
be in
holidays.
January.
It would be January, yeah.
Yeah, because it'll be the 23rd.
Yeah, and if we wanted to do it on the 30th, we could, but again, that's pushing it.
Into New
So
Year.
they
So
meet, ACAC meets second and fourth Monday of each month.
Right.
So that would be January,
6.
Well, if we met on,
13th.
it would be the 13th.
January 13th.
The reason I like meeting on the week that the council meeting is on is because then if we have any actionable items at our meeting, I have 3 days. Oh, no, I
too
don't,
late.
because
It's
the
already
agenda's
out.
already in. Okay, so
We're
it
already
doesn't
done.
matter. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
You're mid between the meetings.
Right,
The only one that fits that is, I think, the Parks Committee.
right. Okay, so the 13th, January 13th. Does that work for everybody?
For the next meeting? Yeah. That's when it's going to be.
Was there anything we didn't cover or discuss?
No.
From the agenda,
On the agenda.
on the agenda. Or any additional comments
Well,
regarding the agenda items?
Exactly.
Regarding agenda items.
So the next newsletter will be in March, right?
Yes. And what did we decide? Spay neuter?
TNR and spay neuter.
Okay.
And she's going to take the lead on that.
Okay. And TNR. Okay.
And if you need anything, just speak up.
Well, if we can get some more people engaged, and I mean, I like having Laura and Melissa. They're very passionate about the cats. There's that other lady, and I don't remember her name, that was she was at the VIA meeting. She was also helping out at Allison's when Allison left.
She, if it's the woman I'm thinking of, I don't think she actually wanted to be on the advisory committee, but she was interested in potentially
have to be-
donating items
Right,
and
but
stuff.
she could help with the cat thing, I think. I'll check with Laura and Melissa on that.
Okay.
Okay, so Devin will be here. And he may not want to join the committee. He may just want to volunteer, but he should come down and see what's going on anyway. Okay, so.
Okay,
with that-
so are we ready to adjourn? Okay, then it is 7:30 and we are adjourned.